Hey everybody, I'm Scotty J. You are watching Rock Titan Music Television, and I've got an amazing show for you today. All you guitarists out there, heavy metal, rock and roll, your heads are going to explode, because right now I have got two of the greatest guitarists on the planet Earth joining us today. I'm just going to introduce them right now. In the studio, we have Vinnie Moore. And over in Greece, as we speak, we got Gus G.
My head's exploding.
Yes. Gus, Vinnie, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Good to see you again. Thank you.
Gus, how are you, sir?
Oh, it's doing great. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, nothing.
Vinnie, good to see you, man. I missed you.
Miss you too, man.
Yeah. Well, so obviously, you're 7 hours ahead of us right now because you are actually over in your homeland of Greece.
Thessaloniki?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, very cool. And, Vinnie, when I first saw you, when you came over here today, the first thing that I noticed, you were all nice and clean shaven last time. Now you got this soul patch going on.
I brought back the soul patch, yeah.
Now, did this soul patch start to happen when you were actually out on the tour trail with Gus?
I kind of let it grow before the tour started, and by the end, it would come in more full. But, I kind of need something to kind of pull on when I'm nervous. That's acceptable in a social situation.
Right.
Alone, there are other things, but around people,
Well, it's that. I think it's one of those like required rocker looks. You know what I mean? Like you gotta have a little bit.
It's the Ray Charles, man.
Unless you got a young baby face like Gus here.
Right.
I'm more of a sideburns kind of guy, so I.
Oh, you got the lamb chops, do you?
The what?
You got the lamb chops. You got lamb chops going on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
He's got guitar chops and lamb chops.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So you guys just wrapped up this tour together. You had a nice little tour over here in the United States. How did that go?
I thought it went really well. It was a lot of fun. Played for a lot of cool fans, and we played with Richie Kotzen. And I had a blast. It was grueling at times, a lot of driving and not a lot of sleep, but hey, that's rock and roll.
Right on. Gus, what'd you think? Did you have a good time with this guy or what? Does he get annoying on the road or what?
Yeah, a little bit, but no, man, I love Vinnie. We did a tour in the East Coast last year, and we had so much fun. It was like 9 shows, I think, and we had so much fun. And we said, we gotta do it again, man. So
that was in December.
I was just me personally. I felt blessed that I had the opportunity to do it again. Together with Vinnie, and then we had the opportunity to team up with Richie Kotzen and do some shows, the 3 of us, and it was just great. Me and Vinnie, we shared the same backing band and crew, and we all traveled together. And it's just a lot of fun. Yeah, we had a lot of fun, and the shows were great. Like Vinnie said, we played for a lot of cool fans, met a lot of cool people, and yeah, it was good.
Awesome. Well, I'm just curious, for both of you guys, because Vinnie, last time we caught up, we were talking a little more UFO, since they announced their last tour, and we're talking a lot about your solo work, but we didn't really get to touch on the upcoming tour that you had with Gus and Richie Kotzen a whole lot.
Right.
How did you guys meet? What's the history there between you and Gus? And either one of you, go ahead, Gus.
We met on a Adult Friend Finder. He was looking for a young Greek studs.
Nice.
No, how was it? Like, was it something?
I was playing in your hometown, man, Thessaloniki, and you came out to the show.
Right.
Came up and jammed a song or two with me, and
that was the first time we met, or it wasn't before that?
I don't know. Did we?
I don't know, but you're right. Like my buddy, who's a promoter here, he was promoting Vinnie shows, and of course, I'm a huge fan of Vinnie's. I grew up listening to his stuff, so I went to the show and we got to hang out, and then how it came about. I think I joined you on stage that night, and we did
Meltdown,
Meltdown, and Hendrix song.
Okay. Yeah, we knew each other online at that point. We're communicating by Facebook or email or something like that.
Yeah,
we were speaking, but I don't remember having met in person before that. But
you're right.
I could be wrong.
You're right. Probably. Yeah, that's how it was.
So basically, both of your reputations kind of preceded themselves. Yeah. Obviously, you both knew each other by reputation.
Exactly. Yeah, I knew of him,
Yeah.
definitely. And it was
No, I mean,
just
after
as
that,
he
we
got
just
the Ozzy
kept in
gig.
touch.
Okay. All right. So right around when Gus G became Ozzy's guy. You know,
Right.
the
I
X-Man.
met you that night, and you had just gotten the Ozzy gig, and had no idea what was in front of you for the next 7 years.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so what's up, Gus? Firewind wasn't enough for you? You had to go join Ozzy?
Yeah, he has to take all the good gigs,
Man,
man.
right?
Exactly.
Man.
No, it was a crazy time for me then, man. It's like my band, just when my band was sort of taking off in at least in certain territories here in Europe and Japan, and then this came in, and I was like, wow, and I wasn't ready for it. It was just crazy. But I think right after I saw Vinnie and I met Vinnie, I think I flew out to the States like a couple of days later to record Scream, the record, with Ozzy. So.
Right on. Right on. Very cool. Well, I want to get into Fearless here a little bit, because obviously that is your most recent release. And it came out not too long ago, yeah?
Yeah, 5-6 months
I
ago.
have a question about that record, too. How did you get the guitar to levitate? I've been trying to figure that one out.
Uh,
Yeah, I can teach you how to do that if you want.
Okay, I want to steal that move, because it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you talk about stealing moves. So since you guys were on tour together, I'm kind of bouncing all over the place here, but, it's kind of hard not to with you guys. Just out of curiosity, in your working together, has there been anything specific that you've shared with one another about, what you've learned in your playing days? Anything that you've ever bounced off one another collaboratively that you've picked up from Gus, or Gus, anything that you've picked up from Vinnie? Anything like that ever happen?
For me personally, I picked up a lot of things touring with Vinnie, playing wise. I would always, because we were doing these VIP things where it was like it involved like a little guitar lesson, and so for me it was kind of cool because a lot of the people were just shy or they didn't know what to ask and hang out. So I was always kind of like the guy, hey, so how did you do that little Dorian lick there and stuff, or that song, or show me that lick. So I for me it was like I was getting paid to fucking ask Vinnie all my favorite licks, So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Then the same with me. I was asking him how'd you do that also. So yeah,
that's pretty
we
wild.
always pick things up from one another. Definitely.
Yeah.
Whenever you get really good players together, you're always going to learn from one another something.
That's cool. Well, I mean, especially with you two guys, because really, I mean, you whether you realize it or not, you are rather iconic, in the, rock and roll metal industries. I mean, we were talking not too long ago about some particular artists that, have come to me and they're like, oh, wow, you're going to be talking to Vinnie. Holy mackerel, like way back in the day, I went to one of his clinics in the 80s and, picked some things up and, it's like pretty cool. And, of course with Gus here, between Firewind and all the other projects he's had, playing with Ozzy, the solo work, I know that there's a lot of young guitarists that aspire to be able to play like you guys, so that's pretty wild. I mean, do you ever think about the influence that you guys have had on other people? Does that ever dawn on you? Either one of you?
Yeah, I mean, I think about it because I hear about it from a lot of younger players, and it's like a positive thing to me. I'm very happy and honored and proud to be able to say that I inspired somebody.
Gus, what about you?
Yeah, no, same feelings, man. Like whenever somebody comes up and says something like that, hey, whatever, you inspired me to get into that sort of type of playing or whatever, or I took this, I stole this lick from you, like in that way, or just inspired from that.
Right on.
It's always like a nice feeling, It's you're like, okay, I haven't been doing everything wrong all these years. I must have done something right.
Okay, so Fearless, specifically Force Majeure, because Vinnie makes an appearance in that official music video, but from what I understand, Force Majeure didn't actually appear on the Fearless album itself. It was put out there more as a single, yes?
Correct. Yeah, it was like a single. It was supposed to be on the record, but I hadn't finished the song by that time. But then sometime this summer, I just revisited that demo, and I was like, wow, this is a cool thing, a cool song. It would have been nice to just maybe finish it up. And then I was thinking, well, maybe just kind of like brainstorming, like maybe I should put it out as a digital single to kind of, excuse me, just kind of coincide with the touring activities that I had. And then
search
everything
online
just
for
started
young
like,
singles.
what's that?
Your search online for young single women. You thought you'd put a single out to kind of go with that. Sorry, bad joke.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
That's like hanging out with Vinny, jokes like that all day long.
I'm very disruptive, man.
Really?
Great.
Always have been.
I would never get that. I would never believe that at all.
Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
I don't even remember what I was saying. Anyways, that's
Carry
all.
on.
You know, we were just talking about, Force Majeure appearing on the actual Fearless album that you
it was
recently
just
put
like
out.
an idea that I had unfinished, and then I thought I should maybe. I talked to the label, hey, how about putting out a single just right before or right around the US tour, and then everything came together really fast. Then I called up Vinny and said, hey man, I got this idea, and we're going on tour like in 3 weeks from today, and then maybe you can play a guest solo on this, and then blah blah blah. And yeah, he liked it. He said yes, and he played a killer solo, and everything just we put together everything like really really quickly, and then shot a video for it here in Greece right before I flew out to the States, and there you have it. And it's getting really good feedback, actually, really really positive feedback.
He plays and sounds great on it, but his camera skills aren't so good. He had to film me like 3 times to get some decent footage because he doesn't know how to put his new high-tech camera into high-definition mode.
I had this, the Osmo camera thing, this kind of like gimbal thing that like a camera stabilizer, and I had this with me to do this vlog thing on the road, and I was like, yeah, I can film Vinny playing somewhere like when we rehearse or something, and I couldn't figure out how to film in HD.
We did
or
it in the
something.
rehearsal studio, and then we had to do it again in the hotel in Houston, and he still wasn't in high definition, so then we did it in Phoenix outside backstage at this club.
Like every day I would go up to Vinny and be like, hey man, I'm sorry, the director says that the stuff that I film is shit, can we do it again? So that went on like...
And by the end, I still didn't know my guitar solo, because it was kind of an improvised thing in the studio. It's like, man, I can't remember all these notes, so it's just kind of at times faking it, and I remembered some of the
Too many notes.
Too many notes.
I see.
The best part of the story in my mind is the video I did at home with the song that didn't make the actual video. And, of course, I got comical on there, and I was filming, and I had my hat on, my Mexican hat, and I had my head down playing, and at the very end, I lift up my head. I had this fake, like, Mexican mustache, and then I hold up my guitar pick, and it's a nacho chip, and I fling it at the camera.
Nice.
I can send you that, man. It's, like, the best.
Gotta see it.
It didn't fit with his video, obviously. It's real professionally
You should
done.
actually put that up on your social media.
I actually should. I think I will later today.
Yeah, you should. It's great.
There you go. Well, at the end of the day, when it comes to Force Majeure, I think it was just that Vinny was just too pretty, So we couldn't not make this video public, This has got to be out there. Even though it's not on Fearless, we got to make sure that everybody has a chance to see and hear this.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
It's some of my best work.
Yeah.
Ever.
So both you guys have got European tours that are coming up right now. You're going to be doing your solo thing, and Gus, I know you are as well. Is there any chance, while you are over in Europe, I see there's some German dates and whatnot, any chance we might have some overlapping where you guys might grace the stage again like you did in the United States?
There's actually one show that we're playing with one. I think you're playing in Belgium, the same venue that I am, like the day before or the day after.
Oh, okay. So hopefully,
I think I'm playing there on November 21st, and then you're there November 20th.
Right.
So I don't know.
It would be great if we could see one another, but we'll see. I don't know what the travel plans are.
Yeah, well, it's got to be hard doing all that stuff. Coordinating schedules and whatnot. It is cool that you guys, at least had a chance to do your little stint over here in the United States. Any chance we might see more of that in the future, or with the projects you have going on? Again, I guess, Gus, right now is your main focus, supporting the Fearless album. Is that basically what you're doing right now?
Yeah, until the end of the year. Actually, until probably next spring. my European tour will end in December, and then take a break for Christmas, and then in January I'm gonna do a tour here in Greece.
Okay.
And then I'm coming back for the Monsters of Rock cruise.
Nice. You're going on that. Very cool. Okay.
Yeah. But then I don't know what's coming up after that. I don't know if I'm going to continue touring, or I'm thinking maybe go back into writing another Firewind record.
Well, I was just going to ask you about that. Anything to follow up from Immortals? Has that even been, thought about yet? And, that's a great record, by the way. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything new?
I'm just at this point, I'm just collecting ideas here and there. Nothing too concrete, to be honest. So I don't have any firm plans of where and when. It's just like a thought in my mind, and then I've talked with the guys, and we'd like to put out a new record early 2020. That's what we're aiming. So that means that at some point next year we should get serious about writing and going, make some time to go in the studio.
All right. And of course, Mr. Moore here is taking the final ride with UFO.
Right. I don't know how long that ride's going to last, but hey, none of us ever do in life, right?
True enough.
I had no idea it would be 16 years or whatever it's been. And when I first joined the band, I thought maybe it would be 3-5 year max. And, 10 years went by, and then 15, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
So, you never know.
Yeah. And have you been thinking about that last ride, at least, in the mind of Mog, that he's saying, this is the last one,
I haven't given it a whole lot of thought.
No.
I mean, it is what it is, and when the time comes to go do those shows, I'll be there, I'll be ready, and we're hitting UK in March of next year, and then we have some summer shows that are either just announced or gonna be announced very soon. Festivals like Wacken during July, August, I believe, and then probably America like later in the year.
All right. And we were just talking about Gus's solo record that came out, a few months back. Yours. Last time we were talking, you're still working on it.
Right. I'm always still working on it.
Is Gus going to be on it?
Probably after
it's
the
done. All the
UFO
guitars.
tour, he'll be like, "Man, I'm finishing up the keyboards now." And
hey, it took
2 years
Axl
later.
Rose 10 years. I can at least go for 3 years. No.
Exactly.
No, I'm always in a hurry to finish things, but then I start working and I get so perfectionist and so into it that time just flies by and I'm unaware of it. But yeah, I don't know.
Does it have a name?
And plus, I'm going out and doing tours and stuff.
Well, that's true. That's true.
And that's
you're busy
always
man.
an interruption. And
Right.
now the guitars are done. I'm doing keyboards, and then I have to mix it.
You guys are busy. That is true.
I have this other 3-week tour coming up, and that's kind of going to get in the way.
Right.
But you got to do what you got to do.
Well, you got plenty of time to think of a name.
Exactly. I'm horrible at names. Can you title the record for me? I'm kicking.
That's like.
I'm kicking around like 5 different things, but yeah.
We're gonna have Gus G name Vinnie Moore's next album that's coming out
Maybe
soon.
maybe you should name it "Return of the Nacho Shredder."
There you go, Nacho.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Nacho.
All right, so we got to work on this.
I'm going through my songs now. There's sometimes like 3 or 4 different choices on parts, and it's like, oh, I like that one, but that one's good. What do I like better? And I drive myself crazy trying to commit to something.
All right.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I always found it's hard to find titles for instrumental songs. Like when you have lyrics and stuff, that kind of like makes sense. Something off the chorus or something, but on an instrumental track, what do you name that?
Either you know specifically what you're writing about from the very beginning, or, it's like you listen and you go, what does this make me feel? What does it remind me of? And try to title it based on that.
Right.
All right. So for everybody, that feels like taking a much desired and needed trip across the pond over to Europe from the United States to catch up with Gus G and Vinnie Moore. So we got your website, VinnieMoore.com, yes?
Yes.
All right. Gus, where's the best place to go? Social media, your website.
He's everywhere.
You're everywhere.
Everywhere.
Just
He's
Google
very
Gus
media
G.
savvy.
Yeah.
Well, obviously my official website is GusGofficial.com, but everywhere, like Instagram, Facebook, Gus G Official. You'll find me on there. So I'm pretty active with those things. Trying to be at least, trying to keep track of things and give regular updates, daily updates. Yeah.
Right on, right on.
You cannot escape this guy. Actually, just go anywhere and you'll find him.
Yeah,
And don't even seek.
yeah.
Just jump up.
Nice, nice. Well, Gus, Vinny, thank you so much for being on the show today, and it's been awesome talking to you guys. Congratulations, both of you, on all the success, and much more. Stay safe in your tour travels over there in Europe.
Thank you.
And,
Hope Gus and I can do something together in the future.
Yeah, we got to do something. Do something. Maybe I'll have something out at the farm. We'll do like a big, like Woodstock, and you guys can come out there. We'll set up an amphitheater and
the Woodstock of shredders.
The shred stock.
We gotta get Gus from Greece. We gotta get him to come out here to Southern Chester County because we got a lot of areas out here in our neck of the woods, man.
There's some nice Amish girls that you'd love.
Yes.
There's what?
Right. Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but we got to make something happen. We got to make something happen for sure.
Absolutely.
Maybe you guys start up a whole new band of yourselves.
The Gus and Vinnie show.
Two of you, shredding together. I know that there's quite a few
shred
bands
and comedy.
Seriously, there you go. Because we all know Gus's sense of humor at this point, and we know Vinny's sense of humor. You guys could be like, a dynamic duo, really. A little bit of comedy, a little bit of shredding.
Right, 20 minutes of stand up and then play 2 songs.
There you go.
I don't know which would be funnier.
All right. That's enough. Well, everybody, again, we are here with Gus G, Vinnie Moore, a couple of the most amazing guitarists on the planet Earth.
I thought you were going to say evil.
Yeah, evil. Well, yeah, at times. But in any event, amazing. Guys, thank you so much.
Thanks very much.
All right. Rock Titan TV, we are out.
Talk soon, Gus.